Mr. Dent, what do you think of the theory that the mysterious Batman is a mob enforcer killing these people?
I don't have any comment now.
Batman. Can somebody tell me what kind of a world we live in where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press? This town needs an enema.
You are listening to episode number 10 of the Batman on Film, Batman 89, chapter by chapter. My name is Justin Kowalski, and with me today is, man, this guy, he has nothing on Lieutenant Bullock. It is my man, Pete Verra. How you doing, Pete?
We did the last one together, right? Like all the way back in the day.
Yeah, you've been my consistent.
Back-to-back episodes is consistent. Yeah. Back-to-back episodes, 7 months apart.
Hey, so here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I get it. Like, people have been asking, hey man, where's chapter by chapter? Where's all this stuff? And you want to know the honest truth that I just made up, Pete? Yeah. The honest truth is this, man. There was just a big, like, internally, maybe just me and you were really excited to see Michael Keaton come back, and we were getting ready for the renaissance of Keaton's return in the Flash. Mm-hmm. And here we are sitting in January of 2024. We're a good 6 months.
We're still waiting, by the way.
Yeah. And here's the thing, man. Like, that's come and gone. He didn't end up in Aquaman. All these things, and I think I just needed the world. Yeah, I just needed the world to reset a little bit. I had a Michael Keaton. I had 2 Michael Keaton ornaments on my tree. That was good. Put me back in a good spot. I'm feeling warm. Yeah. I feel like it's time. It's time to come back, man.
It's time to come back, and you're getting excited for Batman 89 Echoes, of course.
No.
No.
I read one issue. I didn't care. I didn't care about it. One issue. I was like, whatevs. We'll see. I'll give it a shot. I'm going to read the whole thing, but I didn't like the first issue. But I thought the first issue was better than the last 3 issues of the first comic. We're talking about the Batman 89
He's
comic.
coming around.
We're talking about the Batman 89 comic that DC's been putting out, which just doesn't feel like it's authentic to the world Tim Burton created. But hey, what are you gonna do about it? Listen to some Batman on Film episodes where they talk about that,
or the Batman Book Club.
Or the Batman Book Club.
Discuss the issues when they come out.
You did. I'll discuss the collected because I can't wait. So, all right, but we are going to be jumping into Batman 89. We are going to cover some time codes, Pete. The time code that we are hitting up here again, because there's not like definitive chapters.
We're doing Kowalski chapters, so things are different.
We're doing the official Batman on Film separated areas. So we are going to be touching upon minutes 50:06 to 54:57. So that's where we are.
It was a unique 4 minutes.
Yeah, it definitely was. And sometimes these things are going to be longer, sometimes they're going to be shorter. But that's where we landed today. Kind of these minutes seemed like they were the most made the most sense with each other. And so, all right, man, Pete, take it away, man. What are you feeling? What are you feeling from this section of Batman 89?
The Joker steals the show with his amazing quotes.
Dude, there's a lot of there's a lot of good stuff
Jack there. And some great Joker in here. And I don't want to shortchange him by saying Jack. I mean, when I mean Jack, I mean everything. You know, like he's Jack. Yeah, but like to me, I say this all the time. Like Jack's the Joker. Mm-hmm. Like this is Jack still is to this day the definitive Joker, in my opinion.
I agree. See, that's where me and you both agree.
It's even great because we have various interpretations of the Joker.
Yeah, and they're not bad.
I like them all for the most part, but if I mean, you know, it's going to come down to Heath and Jack for a long time. You know, Phoenix is good, but the lack of a Batman always holds him back a little bit for me.
You need a Batman.
And then Leto, obviously Leto had his
Purple Lamborghini.
character.
Purple Lamborghini.
That's the best part about Leto's Joker. We never really saw him in a proper context, let's say.
Yeah.
But yeah, and 66. But like it always comes down to Jack and Heath, and to me, I still give the edge to Jack because Jack really he's funny. Yeah. His Joker there's something about I'm of a mind to make some Mookie. Like I've been saying that line for years and not even knowing what it means.
Yeah. So I wanted to kick that off. So the part that really it's always stuck out to me, and I don't know if it was intentional or not, like, but as soon as like it switches from like Vicky, but we get into the scene opens up with the Joker and he's going Batman, and it almost sounds like the 60s show,
by the way, like as the pipes are leaking and
I
was like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, like he's still just hanging out at Access Chemicals. I'm like, this is so
okay, but
so cool.
Can you hear doesn't it sound like the old Batman 66 TV show theme to you when he says that? The way he goes, Batman.
I
always got that.
Okay.
I feel like that was an intentional nod, man. I've never not thought that. I've never not thought that.
Because back in the day, things like that were your Easter eggs,
Yeah.
I feel like now they're a little more obvious, but
yeah. I remember that scene and he's all, can someone tell me what kind of world this live in? And he's all, this town is an enema.
Yeah, Enema.
I had no idea what an enema was.
When he ends it with the horn, though, like I love it too. Like he's just like, I'm gonna find a way to kill this guy, and then he blows this party favor.
Yeah,
like,
it's so funny, dude.
That's Joker.
Yeah. So I remember asking my dad, "What's an enema? What's that mean?" Because I would just say it. My dad's like, it's when they clean out
dude, I was young. And between Batman 89 and like Dracula Dead and Loving It, enemas were talked about frequently.
Oh gosh, you talk about enemas in that? I don't remember.
All the time. It was like a big running gag throughout the movie. So like I'm like, one came out obviously for the other, but like I'm watching 89, but like the other one stresses it so much. Like it, for some reason, like as a kid, I was running around talking about it.
Enemas. Clear you out, bro. Clear you out. Come on. Geez. Brought to you by the Joker.
Yeah. Oh, and
this
also
town needs an enema. It's such a goofy line.
Just needs to be cleaned out. Yeah. Like, all right, okay, that's an interesting way of putting it.
Yeah, I feel that way right now, man. Because current time, dude, our whole world needs an enema, man. Come on.
I thought you meant you personally.
No.
Like, this is too personal for this show.
All right. So we get out of this scene and it transitions into like Bruce Wayne's study, and Alfred is. Also, Alfred.
This is one of my favorite Alfred scenes in the movie, to be honest with you.
Oh, how come?
Just because of like he's like, he's like, oh, welcome home, sir. Like comes home with his bullet hole jacket.
Yeah.
Like Alfred instantly, like Alfred doesn't just pick up the jacket; he catches it with his index finger by the bullet hole. Like that's such like butler perfection. And he's sitting there like it's such a great Alfred scene. And he's like, if not now, when, sir? Like, they're sitting there and they're talking about at the Bruce has got his tunnel vision.
Well, he's ready for like water and everything too. He's like ready.
He's Alfred Water's like, like it's great how he just walks in there. That's what makes Keaton's Wayne really special. Like he busts in with that energy, and then you have Alfred really counteracting it, being like, and royalty and posture, proper. Just, but it's so cool because like you get the one side of the Joker, and then you get the serious side with Alfred, and it's the perfect balance, And I like you're saying, like Bruce has his tunnel vision, and it's the mission and the objective. But Alfred's mission and objective is to see Bruce happy. So he's like Vicky, Vicky, Vicky. Meanwhile, Bruce is like Napier.
Yeah, it is funny. Like they hung out one time. Alfred is just highly like, hey,
Alfred's like, my man doesn't get out much, and he's got to get it in.
Hey, this girl, she likes soup, right? Make it happen. Make it happen, Bruce.
He may be thinking, does she like Vichyssoise? Like, is that too far ahead?
We'll find out.
We'll never find out.
It's true. Well, we never find out because
we'll never find out.
She couldn't handle it. But I like that. You nailed it again with Keaton's take on Bruce, man. He's just so he's not the typical Bruce Wayne. He's a little like he's off. He's a little off kilter, and
Well,
like
because
you
we
can
only
see
really
that.
see half of it. We
Yeah,
only see Bruce Wayne either in the Batcave or in Wayne Manor. Like, obviously not till like forever do we get to see the other side of Bruce Wayne. But like
Yeah.
the first two movies, you really only get to see Wayne in. Well, not even so. Returns a little different because he throws the book at Shrek, right?
Yeah.
So like, especially in '89, it takes it. It's just Bruce Wayne, and then like in his house in the Batcave.
Yeah.
He's never like out and about, really flamboyant.
Yeah, he's the recluse. This is the recluse Bruce Wayne. Recluse Bruce.
It's just in that opening scene with it when they're gambling, and he doesn't even admit who he is really. Like it's like,
well, nobody knows who he is. That's where I kind of buy that. Like where people are like, you don't know who Bruce Wayne is. Well, he's not out. He's not the party boy, playboy. He's the recluse millionaire. And they double down on that in Returns, where he's just kind of waiting when the light shows up. But
yeah, but Returns he gets out a little bit. And he's like, I know you're
fine. Yeah, he gets out there, but I just kind of like that. Like, I don't have time for this, Alfred. I gotta be Batman. I gotta solve this crime because he's like, he knows who Jack Napier is now that he stared at him from the last scene where he runs into him in the streets.
Well, that's where the mission takes over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh shoot, that clicked, and he's just like, I just realized Jack Napier's alive, and so which is interesting because at this point of the movie, it's kind of like a back and forth. I know Jack is still alive, and it's like, oh, and then I know that Jack is the Joker, and then I know that I made him, and then it goes into like, well, if you made me, then I made you. Like there's this kind of like identity ping
duality.
Pong. Yeah, it's really cool as it goes.
Burton brings that up a lot when he talks about this movie.
Yeah,
the duality.
Everyone's wearing masks, man.
Okay.
So yeah, but it is kind of interesting. It is kind of, I mean, it's nice that they don't make him a total like loon, because then he kind of like once he processes through all the Napier stuff and like he's still alive, then it is like, she is great, isn't she? Right?
Yeah.
Which reminds me of the Prince song, that because they quoted that. Remember the Bat Dance? It was like quoting, like it had samples from the song, and I remember it was
yes,
she's great, isn't she?
Yeah,
she's great. I just remember that quote. So we get kind of a we get this interlude with like Vicky, and she's looking at photos and she's upset. She's like, what's up with this alley? Like what's going on over here? Find out more information about it. And, she's going through her photos as she was like following him because she's pissed off. Remember, he leaves her. She's out in the city following him, taking photos, sneaking, and that's where she runs into him in the last scene we just did, the last episode a few months back. But so she's upset, but she's also trying to figure out what's going on with this guy. Why is he dropping flowers in the alley, aka Crime Alley, right? Any thoughts on that scene, Pete?
I was very curious. Did fanboys freak out when they found out it was called the alley between Pearl and Phillips and not Crime Alley? Like, I'm just wondering, knowing how fanboys overreact to things. I just,
well, the Crime Alley isn't the name of it. It's like the moniker, like it is.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it's technically called Park Row.
Yeah. So
it's just I always like when Hollywood does something different. Like I like to compare it. It's so it's like source material.
Sometimes it makes no sense. Like,
changeable Axis chemicals, right, instead of Aces. Like, yeah, just
sometimes they can't though. They may have changed. I think the name Axis is cooler than Ace.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but like I also grew up in '89, so it's like a bias. Like, of course.
Yeah, it might be. I just feel like Ace sounds.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a little. That's what comic books were. They were a little on the nose. Right?
Yeah, Axis. It seems cool. Like when it's in the movie, though, it looks so good. The way it's
with the sign, it does look good with the sign.
That sign, that red neon sign, is rad, dude. Just Axis is evil. Axis of evil, dude.
Hey, y'all, it's Bill Ramey, founder of Batman on Film. Let's take a quick pause in this podcast for these words from our sponsor.
Hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, I like when they change things. So I was curious if they were like, it's Crime Park. What do you mean?
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't like when they change things. I'm like, why'd you change it?
Well, it makes me curious,
The worst thing ever. I think one of the worst changes in comic like adaptions has always been for the Arrow TV show, that it wasn't called Star City. They called it Starling City.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Stupid. I was like, what? And then finally they named it Star City. It was just
Hey,
dumb.
they used to. That's back before everything had to be connected to everything.
Yeah, just goofy like Starling. That's worse than Star City. Star City sounds fine.
Star.
Hey,
I mean, it's just Seattle. Let's be
yeah,
honest. It's just Seattle.
Star City. Whatever.
Paul
Whatever.
Herman's there. Chris
Yeah,
Cloud. That's there.
Paul and Chris live in Star
Paul and
City.
Chris live in Star City.
There you go. Okay, so we get Vicky. She's upset. She's like,
She's
figure it
always
out.
upset. She's always trying to figure things out.
Now she's upset, and it's like you have no reason to be upset. I would be if I was Vicky. I'd be walking on some eggshells a little bit. Like, hey, you know what? You could have a good thing here with Bruce Wayne, but calm down, Vicky. Vicky needs to be waiting. So, but we get a really cool transition from her photos to Jack's to the Joker's photos. So Joker's doing some research on looks like nerve gas, Smilex stuff. He's looking at all the creepy photos because remember he's got they give that little bit away that he has an understanding of like chemicals, chemical engineering, chemistry and stuff. And so it kind of makes sense. Like he's piecing together, like, for us, we know that he's creating Smilex, the nerve gas. And so he's figuring all that stuff out. And then we get Bob. I love this scene because you get Bob coming in, dropping off all his photos. And
another favorite quote of mine.
Oh, which one's that?
Jesus Marimba.
Yeah. It's so fun, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's like I think we forget. Like again, Heath Ledger. Is a great Joker, but we forget how good Jack is. Just with all he just says nutty stuff.
Knox, bad tie. Who's that loss?
Yeah, yeah. It's Alexander Knox, and the photo.
She's about to trade up.
Yeah, the photo of Knox is so goofy. It's like obviously this guy's headshot.
Yeah.
He's like, I played Alexander Knox in Batman.
It's hard to stay between the lines, Bobby.
Okay. That line's great. I love that line. But you said my favorite line. You said my favorite one already. No. I am of a mind to make some Mookie.
Dude, there's so many good ones.
Dude, I know that
Napier to Joker, Jack is crushing it in this movie.
Yeah, this I wonder how much of it is ad-libbed and how much of it was actually written down, because I don't even know what that means. I am of a mind to make some Mookie.
No clue. I also have to admit, I love the way Jackson phone book, like phone book. I don't know why, but it always stuck out to me. And then they do that shot above before he does like the spin, and you see all the photos of all the victims he's cut, and it's just like that's like his thing. The Joker's decorating his his art room with pictures of people he's killed.
I like that. I like that he's the world's first fully functioning homicidal artist.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's artsy fartsy. He's doing arts and crafts based on his murders.
He wore a beret. He put a beret on that one. See, artists all wear berets, man.
Yeah, he's an artiste.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think that it all goes into the nuttiness that you want to have from the Joker. Like it's fun. We're laughing with him, but he's also, dude, he's gonna hurt people.
Very scary. He's a very scary man.
And we make it and we laugh at it. So so great. And then it just transitions. The final part of this section is just we get that really cool outside shot of Access. Funny the cops haven't decided, like, hey, maybe we should check out Access Chemicals. Like, what the heck's going on here? But Joker's got his whole crew there. Mm-hmm. They're working. They're putting time in. And so what he's wanting them to do is to clear out everything they have there. Access Chemicals provides all shampoos, deodorants, lipsticks, lotions to the world. And he's like, get it all out because we're about to send out new supplies. And he says, this is something I was going to ask you about. And he says, we're going to take them out a whole new door. I don't know, like, what that meant. Like,
I have no clue. I just think it's just more Joker being ridiculous.
He's just saying, we're going to take all
I have a funny story about the scene, though.
Tell us.
Okay. All right. So, like, this involves my buddy Luca. He's in the Facebook group. So we had a class in college or whatever, and we're on the third floor of our building. So it's the building's kind of shaped like a C. So like the middle's like hollow, but you could see the bottom. and on the second floor there's a little part that sticks out, and there was like a Starbucks, so there's coffee and sandwiches and stuff. So my buddy's at the Starbucks on the second floor, and I'm on the third floor, and I run over to the ledge and I scream down to him, "You ship 1 million of those things? Ship them all. We're going to throw them out a whole new door." And I jet the corner like Jack does. And he comes upstairs and he's like, "That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life." Because it's like, I didn't expect it. There's only like 7 people there, you know, and it's like I'm screaming in the hall. Like, people are like, "What is going on?" But he comes up with like a salad or something, a chicken Caesar salad.
That's
and
funny.
He'll tell the story too. But yeah, like that scene is has always been a huge part of my life for some stupid reason. And then in college, I was able to actually enact it in a weird way. So you got to take advantage of your opportunities in your ledges.
Oh, I hope someone that saw that happen was like, "Oh yeah, Batman '89."
Yeah, I wonder. There was only like 7 people who saw it, but it was pretty cool. This movie is like beyond quotable. Like it stuck with me for so long. That's why it drives me crazy when people on Twitter are like, it has like no like culture. I was like, are you kidding me? It's Batman '89. I was like 2 years old when this thing came out, and I know about the history of it. Like it boggles my mind how some people like just have no respect for the popularity of this movie and the time was, and then how it's carried on. I mean, I don't know. Even though Keaton wasn't a huge draw in The Flash, like the fanboys went out to see it. Like like, you know, our generation, our Keaton fandom went out to go see it to support the movie. No one else did, but like we were all there. To be honest,
Keaton merch, hard to get.
You know, I mean, I bought a ton of it. But like this movie, like Jax has so many great things. Alfred, when Michael Goff is in the movie, he makes the most of it. I mean, you know, Vicky's always complaining because she's head over heels, and then she literally by the end of the movie she's heelless. But you know, so like there's just so much going on, and like even just like I was watching, I was like, we start off at the end of the courthouse, you know, where he throws the feather in Fat Guy's neck, and you know, it's still a roller coaster ride. You know, like Jack was amazing in this like 5-minute sequence.
Do you think this movie's quotable because it's Jack and he just delivers things that you want to repeat? Or is it just, man, they really...
I think it's a combination of Jack being an amazing writer, and you have to give credit. I mean, Jack being an amazing actor, and you have to give credit to the writer. So like, you know, I think Sam Hamm, if he wrote that part, then like, yeah, like I got to give it to him. But like, you know, Jack delivers it his way. Maybe Jack tweaks the line. I don't know. But like, it's everything's got to work for a movie like '89 to be what it is and stand the test of time, especially among fanboys, among movie fans. Like it's just well written. It's well acted overall. You know, like it's just a solid good movie.
Yeah.
You know,
100%. Yeah. I think every time we watch one of these like chapters, there's more than a handful of quotable stuff. Like even through this, like I'm of a mind to make some Mookie, you know, hard to stay in the lines. Like any like I remember being in high school, like as we had to cut stuff up and we'd be like hard to stay in the lines. Like you just knew like what you were referring to, man.
Yeah.
This is Jesus Marimba.
He just come on. like I'm like, okay, so now I'm like, is that Spanish? Like, what is marimba in Spanish? Is it Jesus something? Like, I don't know. What does he say?
I don't know. Marimba.
I have no idea.
Look it up.
Did he just make up a word? Or like, I don't know what happened.
I know.
Was like Sam Hamm drunk one day while he was writing the script? He came up
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to give too much credit to Sam Hamm because most
I don't know whoever wrote it. I mean, whether it's Jack if he ad-libbed it or not, like I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying he's credited as the writer.
Yeah. Moving on.
He apparently hates Sam Hamm.
Nah, he didn't. He's not responsible for the magic of this film. That's all. You gotta.
He's part. It was for some of it. You can't discredit him.
Maybe there's some plot points, but there's a reason he was kicked off the movie. So, moving on.
Oh God, you're such a hater. Like, it's like you guys. This is what I deal with on Twitter with Kowalski. He just drives me. That's how you know, like I'm like so over him. I'm calling him Kowalski.
If you want to experience, you know, I'm sure he's a nice guy. Sam Hamm's version of Batman. Just read his comic, and you'll feel like, oh, this doesn't feel anything like these movies. Well, and there you go.
Well,
so,
there's no
all right.
Burton.
There you go. So, all right, Pete. Well, we're gonna put a pin in it, man. We did this is a quicker show, but it was a smaller section of film.
We got to get you back on the horse. That's it. Like
We just got to get back. Well, here's the thing: we put enough time. We put enough time between what happened in July to now, and we're
well, you're the one who needed time. You were the one who was having a funeral over here.
I had to heal. Man. I had to heal.
Justin was hurt.
Yeah, because I don't want anything to besmirch the good name of Michael Keaton. And so
I don't think anything has.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for a new year. A new year, and then people complaining on Facebook. It kind of got me. I didn't want to
on Facebook after you're spending your time there. Why aren't you on Threads with James Gunn?
No, I don't like Threads. Threads sucks. it really, there's nothing good on Threads, dude. Like,
I don't get it. Like, I was on it the other day, just checking it out, and I was like, "This okay? You post stuff. There's hashtags. You repost it. Like, you could like it." I was like, "It seems like the same thing to me."
It's trash. I got him there. I was like, I'm not into it. I've gone on there multiple times.
I'm still on Vero.
Well, there you go, man.
Are you on Vero?
I think I'm on it, but I never used it. Okay. I think I was just like,
it's been a while, but I'm still on it. I haven't deleted the app off my phone.
I have no reason. I think mine offloaded automatically because I just never used it. There's no point, man.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what? I'm kind of feeling get rid of Instagram. But then
I like Instagram still. Still some. I get a lot of good memes on Instagram.
Yeah, it's like I use social media for Straight Outta Gotham and Batman on Film, and that's really it.
Yeah, I still X is my number one. Twitter or whatever is my number one social media thing.
The only good thing about calling it X is when you're typing, you just hit X and it's done.
Well, I hit Twitter and it still pops up.
Well, if I type TW, like it'll autofill. But yeah, I don't know. We got off on a tangent here.
We totally did. Hey, what is your
welcome to Witty Banter post?
Witty Banter. We'll get the weather as well.
Oh, I don't want to hear about your fake California cold.
Yeah, Pete was surprised that it was like 42 degrees out here.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like 72 tomorrow.
Oh, it's gonna be 62, man. 62.
That's still warm.
I'm in Chicago maybe, but out here
in Chicago.
Out here is so. Anywho, all right.
Well, this was fun.
This was fun. I like.
We got to do this more often.
We just need to continue making shows happen, dude. We'll get another chapter by chapter probably out next week. So, all right, Pete.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
For those of us who love you, who love and follow Pete, King of New Jersey. Tell us more about you. Where can we find you?
You can follow me on Twitter right now. That's where I'm really going through a Ryan Haas phase, and I'm really going crazy with retro video games. That's at Pete Illustrated. You can follow my news-based podcast I mentioned earlier, Straight Outta Gotham, at straight_O_G on Instagram and Twitter. We're on Facebook, and we have a Facebook group as well. So check that stuff out. Justin's in there. That's where he gets all his news from. So if Justin has an idea, it came from my podcast. I want you to know that. That's right. That's right.
Anything I know, it's from listening to Straight Outta Gotham.
It's that news feed. Check out that news feed on Twitter. What else? The Italian Spider-Man Coalition. We are delayed 1 month, but we are coming back this month with a double-sized show. So check that out at Spidey Coalition. I'm on the Batman Book Club monthly with Ryan Lauer. What else? I'm on BatmanOnFilm.com, Batman on Film YouTube. I'm on Batman on Film Podcast. I'm on Batman on Film Kowalski. The Bill Ramey Gumbo Hour. What else is there? I think that's about it. So
there you go. Well, you can find me on Twitter /X at Justin M. Kowalski. And that's about it. If you're on Instagram, I think you can find me there as well. Same. So I think it's Justin Mark Kowalski on Instagram. So if you want,
I remember when it was J_Rock.
I know. Yeah, rest in peace. But it's time to go say hi. Go say hi over there if you want. But yeah, you can follow me there, but you can also listen to me on some BOF shows like this one. And I was going to be on the Social Hour a couple weeks back, but I just couldn't make it work, man. Just been busy. And I'm going
to shoot the old back chat with the Texan here.
Hey, we're gonna talk about something. I don't want to give it away because they didn't do it. Or maybe they didn't. I just didn't catch it. But there's a lot going on, and I'm going to be on the Batman Book Club very soon. So talking about Pete's favorite guy. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that stuff. So
you're doing Ghostmaker?
No, that's your favorite guy?
No, I just wanted to see your face.
I know, no Ghostmaker, dude. So All right. Well, thank you for listening. Go follow Batman on Film on all the socials. Check them out over there. Follow this podcast. Subscribe. You know what? Do something nice. Leave a nice positive comment on your pod catcher. iTunes is the one that matters the most because
That's true.
People read those things, right? And follow us. Leave some nice messages. Let us know how you like this episode on the Facebook page and on Twitter, X, wherever you're at. You can even do it on Threads. I just may not see it. That's all. But I know Bill runs the Threads over there, so Bill will be happy to see it. He'll be a day off, probably. Maybe he's mourning a loss from the Cowboys. I don't know how well they're doing.
Jeez,
right now.
wow.
Are they doing okay?
I don't know.
They haven't been doing well. I saw some stuff.
Really?
I don't have a team in the game, but everybody I know.
You just sound like you hate the Cowboys.
No, I don't. I don't have a team. So everyone I know.
But you just said you hope the Cowboys lose. I'm just saying. Wow.
I didn't say that. I said maybe he's mourning a Cowboy loss, and then that would cheer him up to read some nice news. He'd be like, "Oh, hey, they were checking out the show." I know I have friends that they like the 49ers. They're always upset. I got people who love the Eagles and they're pissed off all the time. So I'm like, maybe Bill's feeling the same. I don't know.
You should talk to Jet fans. Oh, I mean, you talk to Holzman. Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, poor Holzman. What are you gonna do? All right. That being said, check out Batman on Film. Batman on Film, authoritative, definitive.
There you go.
That's the original. Check us out. Be well.
You have been listening to Batman on Film Chapter by Chapter, a BatmanOnFilm.com podcast revisiting the cinematic adventures of the Dark Knight, scene by scene, chapter by chapter. Follow Jet on Twitter at Batman on Film. For BOF news only, follow at the Batman on Film on Twitter. To become a BOF patron, go to patreon.com/Batman on Film. To advertise on BOF, visit advertisecast.com/Batman on Film. For Jet and Team BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original. Batman on Film. Established in 1998.